What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you come in and you check out the content. I was recently listening to Chris Broussard, right? And Chris Broussard was saying that LeBron James proves that he's still a better player than Kevin Durant, right? And I mean, I can't disagree with Chris Broussard. I just throughout watching the career of Kevin Durant, I felt like Kevin Durant early in his career, he just played with passion and he played with enthusiasm when it came to basketball. When Kevin Durant, I even watched him in college when he was at Texas, man. Watching him at Texas, Kevin Durant was, he was a really good basketball player. And I think that when these guys get to the pro level, and basketball becomes more of a business and it's not about like your talent and stuff like that. I think it discourages some players and it makes these guys look at basketball differently, and now it's not something that it's a business, you know um and so early in Kevin Durant career when he played against, let me see, he played against LeBron James when LeBron was at the Miami Heat, and he was dominating, right? And some questionable things happened in that series, which I think destroyed Kevin Durant's love for the game. And then ever since then, I just noticed that I've seen a different Kevin Durant. And he made decisions like going to Golden State to get a ring rather than staying at OKC, and trying to develop those guys. I think that series that, the politics of the sport of basketball just changed him and it just made him cynical. And so now you got him, I don't know what year he's in, but now you got Kevin Durant who's really not, he don't look like he's motivated or inspired or anything about basketball. He just out there, he's going through the motion when he is out there. And then if he missed time, he really don't feel bad about it. And so, you know, his legacy, man, I just think that this right here, this last season right here, I think is really going to reflect poorly on his legacy, right? So with that being said, I want to play the audio of what Chris Broussard had to say about Kevin Durant, and I want to react to it because, like I said, a lot of what he said, I just can't disagree with it. Hold on.
In hindsight, I think even if Durant plays, the Lakers win this series.
Wow.
Because LeBron is still better than Durant. He does more. And then the vibes, LeBron's obviously a better leader. His team has great vibes. Durant's doesn't. I am not going to accuse Kevin Durant of quitting. He showed that he is a warrior when he went out there for Golden State.
All right, so let me push back on that. Like, he was, he had a stacked team. That so what is a warrior, right? He it wasn't like that was his team. That was Steph Curry's team. That was Golden State. That was Clay, Steph, and Draymond. That was their team. So had, in my opinion, being a warrior is like going out and beating those guys instead of joining them. Right. So I don't agree with Chris Broussard right there when he says, he showed that he was a warrior when he went out there. Because any time that he had the opportunity to get his team over the hump, then he wasn't able to come through, number one. Then number two, there had been some questionable things about his leadership. The thing with the burner phones and him criticizing his teammates and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember Kevin Durant said at one point in time that he didn't want to play with LeBron James because of the circus that's around LeBron James, like all the attention and that goes with playing with LeBron James. But there's drama too surrounding playing with Kevin Durant. He if he don't, there was drama with him on Golden State. There's drama with him on this Houston team. There was drama with when he was with Brooklyn. So there's drama with Kevin Durant too. And so um, the only difference is I think that Kevin Durant, he played, a lot of times he just plays and it looks uninspired.
on that bad calf and tore his Achilles. So I'm not accusing him of that, but I don't like that he wasn't on the bench for game 3. These guys grew up looking up to Kevin Durant, and whatever he did with the burner account, regardless, they still probably want his affirmation. They still want to impress him. He's Kevin freaking Durant.
Yeah, and so all right, so if he's Kevin Durant, and if what Chris Broussard is saying, that these guys want his affirmation and they're looking up to him because he is Kevin Durant, then he let his teammate down. He's disappointed these guys, these young guys. And this has been a knock on Kevin Durant for so many years. Like, he is not a leader, right? And so when the Houston Rockets brought him in to lead this team, he hadn't been a leader throughout his whole team. I mean, throughout his whole career. So why should they expect all of a sudden Kevin Durant is going to be what this Rocket team need to get over the hump? You know, I thought that they should have kept Jalen Green, allowed Jalen Green to work through his, work through his situation. You know, and Jalen Green is playing better this year in the playoffs than Kevin Durant, although they just got swept. But Jalen Green looks more comfortable, and he looked like he definitely made some progress. Whereas though last year when he was with the Rockets, I mean, he just looked like mentally he was like overwhelmed and he was out of it. This year he's played better, in my opinion, and he's been more available more than what Kevin Durant is. So, and that's the best of ability is availability, right? And so I think they should have stuck with him, but they brought in Kevin Durant. And that's who Kevin Durant has been throughout his career, just somebody who is a diva.
Durant. All right. They still want to show him they can play. They need his support. And for him not to be there, whether it was his decision, whoever's decision it was, to me, that is terrible. He should have been on the bench. In hindsight, I think.
Yeah, it's just so much with Kevin Durant that I think that general managers should have spotted this before you even brought Kevin Durant in. You know, it's just too many red flags. LeBron is better. You know, you can't, even though with LeBron James, there's some stuff that come with that, but still, I would prefer to have LeBron James too over Kevin Durant, man, because Kevin Durant, he make all these demands, and if he don't get what he want on the team, he'll shut down. Then he's passive aggressive, and or he got burner phones, and he's talking about his teammates and calling them out on a fake, Twitter account. It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. Yeah, Kevin Durant really, he just really just let his team down with the way he's playing during this season, or his lack of play during this series right here. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna check y'all out in the next video. Peace.